Welcome to Tarot Time with Misty Tarot. Answers for your everyday questions. Coming to you live from the air capital of the world. Call in now, 917-388-4316, to get your question answered on air by Misty. Too shy? You can ask your questions in the chat room or email your questions to emailtarot@yahoo.com before the show. And here she is now, the diva of divination, Misty Tarot.
Good Thursday evening, everybody. It's me, Misty Tarot, coming to you live, as always, from a beautiful and wintry ICT. It's been a wonderful day here. The leaves have been falling, and the snow was falling last night, which kind of surprised me, and there was even ice on the ground. And with me, you know, being in a boot and all, I had to be careful. And my wonderful cousin Stephanie today said, "Hey, Misty, why don't you put some salt on the porch so you don't slip? Instead of warding off the evil spirits like you do, use it for its purpose." And I went, "Oh yeah, huh, it does have a double purpose." It was great, so that's what I did. And it's just been a really interesting day. So why don't you guys give me a call, 917-388-4316, to get your questions answered on air. Or, of course, you can always ask me right there in a private message or in the chat room. And anytime before the show, about an hour before I go on air, please email me, emailtarot@yahoo.com, and I'll answer your questions that way as well. Speaking of emails, I have a couple, and I've got people ready, willing, and able on the switchboard, and I will be getting to you guys. I just want to take a few minutes. Last week was my 1-year anniversary on Blog Talk. Yay me. I made it. I did it. And I'm so happy to continue to be here. And I didn't thank one person, and she doesn't know it. I thank Quirky Girl in the chat room because she's just always there. She's so good to me. Hey, girl. But, you know, there's a lot of people behind me, all right? You know, of course, we all go through our lives, and we have a lot of people. But one in particular, one day, about 2 years ago, she says, "You know, you're a wonderful tarot reader. I don't understand why you aren't out there." And I went, "Because I am, you know, just behind the scenes. I'm a behind the scenes person, and that's all there is." And she's like, "No, Misty, you need to do this." And literally, she called me every day and talked to me every day. "When are you going to do it? When are you going to do it?" And finally, I just said, "You know what? I'm going to do it." So I did the website and the whole bit, and she just kept pushing me and pushing me and pushing me. And it was amazing. And I didn't realize it until a couple of months after the fact what she had done for me. She really made me come out of the closet, so to speak, as far as spirituality and doing this. I've done this for so many years, and really it was just, you know, by people that knew I did it, and they would refer people. It was a very close-knit little community. I really kept it under wraps. And she was the driving force to really bring it out. So, Miss Jen Tapia, this goes out to you. I love you. Thank you so much for what you inspired me to do. Because of you, I have a wonderful website, I have this show, and I have a book out there. And I'm just so fortunate to have you as a friend. And I'm proud to have you as my friend. And I just want to tell you thank you. So, with that being said, guys, let's get into the emails. You know, you got to thank the people in your life. Remember that. Because there's a lot of times without them, you wouldn't be in the place you're at. Good or bad. You got to look at the bad, too. You know, I look at my experiences, and yeah, sure, there's some things I wish didn't happen. However, I like me. I really do. In a very non-conceited way. I like me. And if it wasn't for those bad things, I wouldn't necessarily be the person I am. So make sure you're thanking everything that's come into your life, and that you're thanking God for the opportunity. Right now, I've got an email from Michelle. And Michelle says that lately, she's been having kind of heart issues. Let me see here. She's been having episodes of racing heart, shortness of breath, and jittery feelings. Her cardiologist is at a loss, and she just wanted to see what the cards had to say. And I'm going to be honest, when I first read this email, I'm going to tell you right now what it is. This is not a, how do I put this? This is not a medical problem as far as, you know, your cardiologist wouldn't pick up on that. This is like a food allergy. Okay? This has nothing to do necessarily with there's something wrong with your heart. This has to do with something you're eating. And I really, the first thing that came out was MSG. I think there's a lot of it in the food that you're eating and you're just not aware of it. So I would really, if you're eating a lot of fast food or prepared foods, in other words, you're not cooking from scratch, you're eating boxed foods, things like that, really be aware of it. Because it does give you that feeling. I know this because I'm highly allergic to MSG, which makes it very hard on me to eat wonderful Chinese food. Because a lot of them do use MSG, and out here where I live, they don't have to say whether they have it in their food or not. So it's hit or miss for me. I kind of have to go take a bite and then wait 20 minutes and see if I experience everything that you've described. Beyond that, I also want you to, I just want you to look at what you're eating in general. And if you see that you're eating a lot of carbs, I want you to counteract that with protein. So if you're sitting down eating a bag of popcorn, please have a few pieces of cheese or a slice of pepperoni or salami, something to kind of balance that carb. Because that's something else I'm feeling. It's just, it's in your food, babe. You need to look at your food. But I'm going to go ahead and do the cards anyways, and see, of course, what they have to say. Yeah, it's just saying you don't know the truth about it because you're going to the wrong person. I don't think the cardiologist has anything to do with this. They're not going to find it. If anything, I would go to your regular doctor and see what he has to say about this being a food thing. Of course, also, well, see, the cardiologist would have done that. Yeah, no, see, this is, I keep going back to food. That's, to me, that's a real statement. And I'm getting a very high-pitched ringing in my ears, which lets me know that, yeah. It's kind of like a bell that goes off in the spiritual world when I say something that's true. It goes off in my ear. So really explore that and just watch your food. And see, you know, if you're sitting there eating a lot of that bad stuff, then that could be doing it to you. You just never know. But don't worry about it. Just get it taken care of. All it does is just make you feel icky. Okay. Next email is from Psych. And they want to know if they know the person they're going to marry. So, let's see if you know this person. Who this person is. Now, you are a very intuitive person. Sometimes stronger than others. Right now, you're kind of in a phase where it's not so strong, but it's still there, and it's always around you. That doesn't go away. So, be aware of that. Do you know this person? Yes, you do. Unfortunately, they can come across as a real jerk. Kind of a darker person, dark hair, dark eyes. So this is who they are, and they're very money-minded. Very money-minded. And almost obsessed with it. A workaholic, that kind of a person. Still a good person, all in all. But that's who's around you, and that's who's you're going to marry. They very much also come through as a father type figure for you. Watch out for that. They don't need to be a dictator, but this is, they have this protectiveness over you, and they feel like, you know, they are. So, that's the person. They're definitely around you. So, have fun with that. I'm married to that guy. I know the kind of guy I'm looking at here. My husband is the same card. So, I feel for you. They're great people. Sometimes they're just a little hard to get along with.